They say every family has a favorite. What they don't say is how it feels to be the one they don't choose. That night, sitting under a chandelier that threw gold across white tablecloths, I learned just how deep that wound could cut, and how much it costs to finally say enough. My name is Emma, and for most of my life I was the quiet one. The dependable one. The one who made things easier for everyone else. But on that night, my sister's birthday dinner, I wasn't just quiet. I was invisible. The restaurant buzzed with chatter, laughter rising like champagne bubbles. Waiters floated by with silver trays. Cameras flashed as my sister, Lila, twirled in her glittering dress, every eye on her as if she were the sun. Then my mother stood, her glass raised. "To my shining star," she said. "The daughter I'm most proud of." The room erupted, cheers, clinking forks, uncles dabbing their eyes. I smiled so hard my face ached. Under the table, my hands shook, and then, as the desserts arrived, a waiter stepped toward me with a black leather folder. "Miss," he said, laying it in front of me like a verdict. The number inside nearly took my breath away. Over $1,000. Before I could speak, my mother leaned close, her voice like a needle through silk. "Go ahead, Emma. Pay it. It's tradition." No, it wasn't tradition. It was a reminder. A reminder that in this family, my role wasn't to be celebrated. It was to foot the bill. This moment didn't come out of nowhere. It was years in the making. Growing up, I learned quickly that Lila was the favorite. She got ballet lessons at 6, shiny costumes, fresh flowers after every recital. I got library programs and hand-me-down clothes. I learned to hem myself. When she needed a dress for homecoming, my parents rushed to the boutique. When I needed textbooks, they told me to borrow from last year's seniors. She floated through high school on compliments and applause. I bagged groceries after school to buy my own graphing calculator. College didn't change anything. Lila's tuition was paid in full, apartment rent covered, monthly allowance deposited like clockwork. I worked night shifts in a nursing home, scraping together rent money and surviving on noodles. I kept thinking adulthood would free me, that once I paid my own way, I'd finally be seen. But favoritism doesn't vanish when you turn 18. It just grows sharper. When I graduated nursing school, I sent my parents photos of me in my cap and gown. They didn't come. They were busy driving Lila to Los Angeles for a photo shoot. Dad sent me a one-word text, "Congrats." Mom posted on Facebook, "So proud of Lila chasing her dreams. I built a life on my own, a small apartment filled with secondhand furniture, balcony plants, and quiet pride." Meanwhile, Lila's chaos was constantly bailed out. Late rent? Covered. Broken car? Dad co-signed a loan. Missed paycheck? Mom called me Emma, she said, "Boy's sugar sweet, help your sister, just this once." But just this once had become dozens of times. Each time I said no, guilt gnawed at me. Family dinners became silent tests. Would I open my wallet? Or be branded selfish again? My boyfriend, Mark, saw it clearly. "They treat you like an ATM, he whispered after one dinner. "It's not love. It's dependence." His words stung because they were true. And yet I kept swallowing my frustration, stacking my silence like bricks around my heart, until that night at the restaurant. The room glittered. The cameras flashed. Mom's toast still rang in my ears, "The daughter I'm most proud of." The bill sat in front of me like a stone, heavy and cold. If they wanted me to perform my role again, the quiet, paying, vanishing daughter, they were about to be disappointed. I stood. My voice, when it came, was steady. "If Lila is your pride, let your pride pay tonight." The room froze. Forks hovered midair. Mom's smile cracked like glass. "Emma," she hissed, "don't embarrass us. Just pay it." "This isn't about money," I said, "it's about math. Years of subtraction, all from me. And tonight, I'm done disappearing into the total." Dad cleared his throat, murmured, "Don't make a scene." "This isn't a scene," I said. "This is me finally speaking." I laid cash for my drink and tip on the folder, then slid it back toward my mother. "This covers what I ordered. The rest is yours." A cousin whispered, "Good for her," before staring hard at the tablecloth. Lila's eyes glittered. "You're ruining my night." No, I said softly. I'm saving myself. Then I walked outside, the night air was sharp, honest. For the first time in years, I felt tall. The next morning, the messages poured in. Dad called first, saying he should have spoken up years ago. Lila texted, I didn't know it hurt that much. And Mom? One single line, you embarrassed me. I replied, respect is the price of admission. Guilt is no currency. Weeks passed. Therapy helped stitch the torn edges of my heart. My boundaries held. Invitations came with careful wording. When conditions weren't met, I stayed home. And you know what? Peace is quiet, but it isn't lonely. If you've ever been the forgotten one, the invisible one, the one who was always expected to give, I see you. You can love your family and still refuse unfair terms. Boundaries aren't revenge. They're instructions for love that doesn't hurt. If you've lived this too, tell me in the comments. I promise you're not alone.